and tomorrow I'm the biggest bear out there, so be it.
You win some, you lose some, but you live to trade another day, live to make another play. You win some, you lose some, but you live to trade another day, live to make another play. Live to trade another day, live to trade another day, live to make another play. Win some, you lose some, but you live to trade another day, live to make another play. Scared money don't make no money, scared money don't make no money, scared money don't make no money, scared money don't make no money. You win some, you lose some, but you live to trade another day, live to make another play. Is it the bottom yet? I'm tryna buy up everything, not gon' get upset, just pull the trigger, let it bang. When I see a trade, I'm hopping in like a Uber to secure my future, up early just like a rooster, eyes glued to the computer, looking for a bag or two. Market cipher on the screen, compliments of trading view. Now I know what I'ma do, buy low and sell high. Even if you try and fail, at least you didn't fail to try. I don't wanna be the type of guy that let fear win. I'm the one that dive in head first and bust my chin. I know FOMO is a no-no, but I still get it in. Now I can't predict the future, but I know I'm bound to win. Later or sooner, I'll be the big kahuna, cause I got big kahunas. I was not scared to get money, I took me some chances and now I'm the big kahuna. And if you scared, might as well get neuter. I'ma keep chasing my dreams, wake up in mansion so big, I need a segue to get from wing to wing. Scared money don't make no money, scared money don't make no money, scared money don't make no money, scared money don't make no money. You win some, you lose some, but you live to trade another day, live to make another play. Scared money don't make no money, scared money don't make no money, scared money don't make no money, scared money don't make no money. You win some, you lose some, but you live to trade another day, live to make another play. Don't be scared, G, like paid in full, get your bread, B. Cold wallet full of crypto, yeah, Big Lebowski. Can't forget to tip the waitress, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Tupac told us about the changes, people hating on your greatness. Mansion looking hella spacious, shoes, they ain't got no laces. This the Aquarius age, life happen in different phases. Out with money, in with crypto, analog to digital. Could've been rich, but you was scared, what a imbecile. Say you want a miracle, but you bet the minimal. Should've bet it all, hell no, not the unthinkable. Grow some balls if you got a pair, man, I double dare you to put it all in the market. No sir, I'm not trying to scare you. Seeking and searching, I need some more money. AI is scary, make us look like dummies. Serious about profit, I need it, I'm hungry. My music all over, but I'm from the country. Bank account thicker than Manuka honey. Got multiple wallets, don't go in my pocket. Ether's a favorite, but I don't discriminate. Scared to get money, get the hell up out my face. You win some, you lose some, but you live to trade another day, live to make another play. You win some, you lose some, but you live to trade another day, live to make another play. Win some, you lose some, live to trade another day, live to make another play. Win some, you lose some, live to trade another, live to trade another day. Scared money don't make no money, scared money don't make no money, scared money don't make no money, scared money don't make no money. You win some, you lose some, but you live to trade another day, live to make another play. Live to trade another day, live to trade another, live to trade another, live to trade another day, live to trade another, live to trade another day, another day.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Dano Crypto. On this channel, we show you guys how to make simple, effective, and easy moves in the cryptocurrency ecosystems. Welcome everyone. So we hope you had a good weekend. We hope you had a good week prior. And we really had some massive breakthroughs in our crypto journey and our whole perception, of the markets. We've been, our goal is to demystify crypto for not only myself, but for retail and people that are interested in getting into this space. And so in doing that, I've been in crypto since the beginning of 2021, where I really started to actually purchase crypto and test out the ecosystems, download wallets, watch crypto content, and then eventually end up on crypto Twitter, which some people could speculate or argue that that's a terrible idea, but it's a double-edged sword, this crypto Twitter. And we've just seen so many things. We've been through a lot. We've made lessons in mistakes. We've very much learned in the school of hard knocks of crypto over the past few years. And the big realization that I've had is dollar cost averaging is so underrated. It's so underrated, and it's one of the things that actually made the most millionaires in crypto was dollar cost averaging. And if you go back even to the boomer way of how people became financially free and successful in getting passive income and having their money work for them, was the old tried and true way of dollar cost averaging and accumulating on compounded interest of dividend stocks, just the S&P and your own 401k, just constantly getting capital put into it. And a lot of the times, because it's so set up like that, you don't really look at it very much. You're less likely to sell, and it's almost just it's an auto robotic motion. And so what crypto Twitter and the crypto culture has done has taken the Zoomer mentality, which is basically a very short goldfish, attention span, and have made you think that this new money system and this new paradigm that we're going into is only 6 months long and only in little cycles and little chips and little chunks, and that's it. And we know by now that crypto and cryptography, all these different chains, there is a massive play here, almost just like investing in the early internet. And we've used the example of Amazon going up 68,000% over a period of 20 to 25 years. And then you think of Bitcoin's existence, it's even more parabolic than that. But then we think that crypto and the ultimate plan of the United States is one of the biggest chess moves that we've ever seen. We're going to break it down a little bit. We're going to break down this thesis on what we think is actually happening, why we had gold breaking all-time highs, what I think our government is going to do by forcing people into gold, by purposefully killing the US dollar, and then eventually setting up our own crypto Bitcoin standard here to help us pay off our debt. So we're basically just revaluing and debasing and revaluing our debt. And even the Russians are onto this. Some people are onto this. The BRICS nations are onto this, but I don't know if they're going to be able to be fast enough, because I think we already have this plan in store. I think this plan's been put down in place as a 50-year, 100-year plan. You gotta remember, these governments don't play in the 6-month goldfish game that crypto Twitter does, like we do. Like we've been led to believe we only need to pay attention to this for just a few years and then get out and no, my friends, it's way bigger than that. It is time to accumulate digital assets like your life depends on it, because at the end of the day, we got the damn White House. If we saw this in 2006 and 2007, any of those two, like 2005, the heyday of the console wars with Halo, we would freak out. We'd be like, what is this reality? Are we in a simulation? We're 100%. are living in a simulation. Even Sneeko had to remind us again, guys, we're in a simulation. It's all about the perception. And it's really, really crazy. It's pretty freaking crazy. So yeah, there was obviously a console wars happening for years and years. And then we have this statement from GameStop. So we're going to go down the little rabbit hole here of what's kind of happening in the belly of the beast here. Because you got to remember, GameStop is what kind of started it all and got the people that were already kind of on the bleeding edge of culture to start to get into what Wall Street was doing, how they were manipulating the markets by these market calls and these short calls, and what was going to be called the short squeeze on GameStop because of their earnings. They were trying to basically short it to the ground and destroy these companies, and GameStop was revealing, and Roaring Kitty was revealing these things. And then this is what actually pushed people into the whole kind of run on Wall Street and to start to think about investing or even having any type of plan or strategy at all. And so it's really funny that we're actually going back to what initially got retail excited to begin with. So I think this like crazy connections that are happening here, and no one is understanding it and not pulling it together like I think I am. And I'm just going to be honest. That's why you need to watch this live stream. You need to tune into this, because you will get so bullish listening to this live stream and listening to the breakdown of what even this all means, because only an ADHD crazy schizo Aquarius is going to be able to pull all of this information in to ultimately bring you into the funnel of bullishness, my friends. So, good morning. Good morning. Why does this all matter? Why is it all being brought back to GameStop? Because it was the thing that got us bullish in retail to begin with, to download the Robinhood app, to download the trading apps, Webull, to start downloading all of the things that eventually led us into crypto. And that, my friends, is the gateway drugs that retail needs to take again. But we also know that we never really did need retail to come in, because it was the suits that moved the markets, and that's where the big liquidity is. And no retail right now has any money to be purchasing crypto. And if they do, they're going to be made fun of for doing so. And then literally retail will tell you that you should buy gold instead because gold was pumping and you're crazy and crypto are beanie babies. That's the state of the market and the perception of retail still for crypto. But all the while, we got the biggest things happening for this week. We got still US government shutdown. It's the second longest in history, okay? And we have Trump is going to be going to Japan today. So we have if you want to know what's happening with Trump and U.S. with trade, Canada, all trade deals shut off right now because Canada made a commercial bashing the administration's tariff plan. They were like, nope, all right, we're putting 150% tariffs on you and no deal. And so now China they're supposed to be meeting with President Xi, Winnie the Pooh. He's been now deemed. And so now Hong Kong debuts speaking of China, Hong Kong debuts the first Solana spot ETF. Now we're going to go down a small little rabbit hole of why we think it's very important to be bullish Solana and Ethereum. These should be your top two altcoins. Like, your top two altcoins to be paying attention to right now should be Ethereum and Solana. They're directly getting full market share between all ends. ETFs, institutional adoption, retail, developers, small businesses for commerce and pay, trying to get them to use their pay systems. ETH with the EVM and the layer ones, the layer twos. It's just on and on and on and on. And you got to remember that the way that institutional liquidity comes in is not by buying necessarily the asset itself, like Solana and Ethereum. They are going to buy it through the modality of the ETF. Okay. And so regardless if you think the ETF is bearish or bullish, or if you think it's just a means for the institutions to scam us, you got to look at the facts. Okay. So the facts are that when BlackRock, Fidelity, ARK, and Grayscale started to switch their trust into a ETF and sell it, guess who absorbed all of that? BlackRock, ARK, Fidelity, 21, God, what's the other ones? Man, we have the list. There's so many. Fidelity, Bitwise. Yeah, that was what I couldn't think of the one. Bitwise. They absorbed Grayscale's fund, the trust, and then started to buy up Bitcoin. Okay. So during this time, people were they were doing the same thing. They're like, oh, it's so bearish. The ETF was a bust. It's not going to work. And then Peter Schiff came to the timeline and said, this ETF will never push the Bitcoin maxis are so delusional to think that this ETF is going to push it to all time. And then what happens? It just has a little bit of a down, just a little cool off, and then it literally blasts off to all-time highs, goes up 85, almost 100%, almost a 2x from January when the ETF launched. Okay? And the reason is because it had massive absorption of trading volume to buy up the supply of whoever was offloading it, whether it be old OG whales, which is partly Grayscale, and then other entities. But really, it just showed the way that we are going to get regulation type movements with Bitcoin, ETH, Solana, and anything else that's going to be coming into the pipe of regulated Genius Act, Clarity Act stuff with our administration, which is going to set the pace and the thing for all other governments that are going to want to match our model and do it the way that we're doing it. Because if we successfully do this here, and we got all the 401ks getting exposure, we're getting all the new accounts being set up that people are in their late 30s or 40s. They do have a 401k set up, and now they can pivot and put like 2%, 3%, however much they're wanting to allocate into these ETFs. And these ETFs have staking. This is what you guys don't, or you do, but if you don't, now you understand. Ethereum staking is going to come down the pipe with these ETFs, which is going to increase the holding of these, because you'll want to hold them for more long term, more 5 to 10 years out, because then you're earning the yield, and then they're going to be restaking the rewards with the ETF, with Ethereum, but not to mention Solana. Solana, I'm telling you, will start to have millions of dollars of inflow, and that's what's going to push the price up to $1,000. It's not retail coming in and all of a sudden deciding that they're going to start buying Solana because it looks cheap. That's a sliver of what's actually coming down the pipe here. That's why I'm bullish ETH and Solana at the same time, because they're essentially becoming more of an institutional driver of earning yield. That's what they want. They don't want giant pumps and then dumps. They want consistent, steady yield, which will make the chart more sustainable with volatility, but a healthy volatility of inflows and outflows that hopefully match in more of the inflows, which is basic supply and demand, price, green candle, red candle. Guess what? You guys probably forgot about this, but you know, if more people are buying your coin than selling it, the price goes up. And if people are selling your coin more than they're buying it, it goes down. And then if there's no liquidity and the pools suck, then when people are selling, that's what a rug pull looks like. That's what a freaking terrible illiquid coin looks like. So we're going to start to look at these things and go, oh, okay, well, we're going to probably see that supply and demand start to really actually kick in with these certain coins that do have supply that can give us the green candles that we want and the accumulation effect, the network effect that we want. It's going to be very fun. It's going to be fascinating. people still think that Solana's dying, and it's usually the people that are strong ETH and they don't like the Solana quote trench, and they don't like the idea of pump fund. And I get it. Like, I have all my feelings too, but the way that you have to think about this market is that everyone is competing with each other. It's all competition. It's competition through capitalist free market crypto blockchain like innovation. And this is what is going to basically help ultimately figure out what big money is coming in, because they're not going to come in and be like, yeah, let's invest these millions and millions of dollars in this chain that has like no track record. It has no users. So this is kind of where I want to go. It's just, so what we're going to do today is we're going to look at some of the apparent price action real quick. We're going to break down some altcoins. We're going to break down a system that I think would be very good for anyone coming into this space right now, and they're wanting to start a portfolio. Like, imagine your friend comes to you and they're like, I want to accumulate a bag of crypto. And what would you tell them? What would you tell them? How would you help them to get into this space? And I had a very simple explanation to my friend just last night, because I was saying, because he loves crypto. He's very much interested in crypto. He likes NFTs. He kind of was like testing out Pump Fund and kind of messing around with some of those, coins on Solana, but he hasn't bought any crypto yet. Like I think he has like a little bit of Solana, but he hasn't really like picked his coins that he likes and just DCA'd. He's still kind of like, kind of looking like, just testing out a little bit, trenching. But I said, bro, you go to the top 5, even just like the top 5 chains. You go to the top 5 chains. You can start with Ethereum, Solana. Hopefully, I want to make sure my pictures are going to pop up, because sometimes, yeah, let me fix this, because I'd hate when it doesn't give me the freaking images. It's so annoying. My VPN, it's not, my VPN's not even on, and it's blocking these images through Deck Screener. It's like, come on, I need to be able to actually see the freaking, the image files. It's ridiculous. I don't think the image files are going to hack me. But here's a good place that you can start, okay? You go to Deck Screener or Dex Tools or whatever coin aggregator you're going to use to be able to pull up, these particular ecosystems. And so pick 4 or 5 of these chains, or you just go to or you can even go as far as picking the top 8 to 10 chains right now. So you could go Ethereum, Pulse Chain, Base, Solana, Ton, Avalanche, Sui. Now this is all by like trading volume and active addresses. I'm picking these. I'm not skipping these for just because I don't like them. I'm going to the ones that have the true actual volume happening, and then I'll go into the ones that are still speculative, but it's all about users. Think about Hyperliquid. A lot of users there, but at the same time, it's very speculative. It's very new. But then you can go to Tron, Chronos, and see, here you go. Okay. All of these chains have a native token, excluding Base. But Base is getting a token too. So let's be honest. Most of these chains, they're going to have some type of they're going to have a token eventually. And so what we've seen is, from our experience, you want to just have the native token. You want to have Sol. If you want to have Sol, you want to have some Ethereum, you want to have some PLS, some Pulse Chain, and Polygon, and Ton, Avalanche, Sui. Just have those as the base. Then you're going to notice that each of these chains has a popular token that is on the chain, that trades at the highest volume, that has the highest liquidity, and is one of the more popular coins, okay? Then you're going to have a mid-cap one. You're going to have then also the low cap. And all in between this, you're going to have meme coins, you're going to have utility coins, you're going to have DEX coins, you're going to have all of these different types of coins that are going to be connected into either a community, like a meme community like Troll. You got you got the AI narrative of AI agents creating and talking and creating their own coin, which is Fart Coin. Then you have the DEXs and the aggregators and the routers of whenever you're buying tokens. Those are now having those have their own tokens as well, like Meteora, Radium, Orca, Jupiter, anything that has a launch pad that is connected with a token. So what do you do with all this? Because when someone comes into crypto, they're gonna be like, there's thousands of coins. What the hell do I buy? And so what you could do is just use this simple strategy of just going, okay, let me just narrow it down. Okay, I got these 6-7 coins that I could put $500 in. And now I can take $100 into and split up between the 3 category tokens that I talked about, like for instance on Solana, going into one of the higher liquidity tokens, whether it be and I can't tell you what it is. Like, I'm not going to tell you exactly what it needs to be because there's so many different narratives on, for instance, Solana. But an easy one you can do, like for instance, you can go to Dex Screener, pull up liquidity, see what pops up to the top, and see what has the highest liquidity. And it's going to it's going to filter up some stuff. It's not going to get everything, but it'll give you at least an idea. So one of the more narratives that have been kind of popular, at least on CT, we've had Chill House, okay, which is a combination of House Coin and Chill Guy, which is in crypto, everything kind of mashes up, and usually it's rotators out of the original coins to go into the derivative coin. Then you have the whole stable coin super cycle narrative where someone created a unstable coin just to play on the stable coin of it. You want the market to be unstable so you can make money. Then we have the dogs, all the dogs. There's Myro was one of those original dogs that came out, but then we have Bonk, we have what other dogs? There's a few dogs, and then we got Whiff. There's Whiff, but this is just on Solana. But there's man, oh my gosh! And then you have the president's meme coin. You got the president's meme coin, Trump. So you see how people are going to, when they come into crypto, they're like, what is even going on? There's a freaking president's meme coin. I don't even know how to buy this stuff. But what we can do, now we're going to go into CoinMarketCap real quick. Where's our CoinMarketCap? Where did it go? And hope everyone's doing well. See, you guys can go and watch all the other streamers continue to leverage trade. Not me anymore. Guess what? Haven't opened up any trades. I didn't open up a single trade through the weekend. I didn't feel the FOMO. The prices were like weekend pumping. Normally, the old Dano would have been rushing to try and get a trade in and do all that. And it's so refreshing and honestly liberating to not feel that feeling. It really is, because I for 6 months I've been feeling so much FOMO and trying to trade and making money, losing money, emotions going up and down, and I kind of just like lost the true roots and the basics of what even got me excited to be in crypto to begin with, and it was just the prospect of a new money system, a new culture, like art, creativity. It's like it was just like a new landscape it really got me thinking about how I could change my life. And so that's why I like crypto. It's not to leverage trade myself into oblivion or to convince myself of something just so I can get extracted. No, like I know what my edge is, and it's that I believed enough to get myself in the space. I believed enough in this thing to start to talk about it, create a channel, make content, but not to completely cook myself in leverage trading. And it was always so funny, I heard all the warning signs from everyone that had been in the cycles enough times that said leverage trading is a freaking slippery slope. Because yes, it can definitely change your life. You can make a lot of money. You can hit that big win. And then that's where you get convinced that you're a genius, that you do have an edge, and then you end up calling yourself a day trader, and then you and then you completely black out to the fact that what you were supposed to be doing was accumulating crypto like a robot aggressively, and basically buying pretty much spot as much as you freaking can. No leverage, no using collateral, and so then you can get more USD to then go and gamble even more. And so this is what the market this is what the businesses inside of crypto want you to do. Because if everyone had the mentality just to buy spot and chill, yes, the exchanges would make money still, because they, when you buy spot, it doesn't matter where you're buying spot, someone's getting a fee. The network's getting a fee. The app that you're using is getting a fee. No one's not paying any zero fees. Like you're paying fees. It's just like when you use your bank. That's how these companies make money. But you have to realize that because the crypto industry knows that like retail's not here, they're not here. It's just it's pretty much like it's a bubble of crypto users. What do they have to do? Max extract them at 100, 200x. Through the DEXs, through the perps, through offering you all these incentives to get your crypto to then stake it with them, because guess what? They don't even give you this full proof of reserves. You literally are just giving up your entire your entire bag to these exchanges. And so what I'm trying to do now is demystify that. Help people that have been, quote, manipulated, to be honest, and have been basically mystified into thinking that, the exchanges are here for the betterment of crypto. No, they're here to make money, baby. And if you're here to make money too, get off. Start to actually go back to basics, DCA, baby. Because guess what? When you're leverage trading, you're not actually helping the price movement of the said coin. It's not how that works. Like when you buy spot crypto, that's why do you think SHIB and Doge and all of these coins that ended up getting a retail FOMO went up like it did? Because people bought spot, like FOMOing spot buying, as opposed to selling it. So then the price went up. All right, so here's what you can do. You can go on CoinMarketCap. We'll just use Solana, and then we're gonna go to Ethereum. So on Solana alone, you can actually hold, and we're gonna go by trading volume. This is what you can do. So you can click on trading volume. You can it filters up all of the highest trading volume to the top. Okay. And you're going to see a list of coins. You're going to see the highest one will be the obvious native token, because that's where the value in the coins are minted and have a liquidity pool. And that's what gives the ultimate value of the market cap of Solana and the TVL and the stable coins, all of that stuff, that's where the value comes from, okay? So if you're wondering where the market cap and why, it has to do with the supply, it has to do with the volume, the trading volume that's on here. So the money that's coming in and out and then with the supply, that's what gives you the market cap. There's a math problem. I can't remember what it is. I think it's that. It's like volume times something. I can't remember. Circulating supply. It's like the supply with the volume gives you what the market cap ends up being. So, and what's very interesting is that, Solana compared to BNB, Binance Smart Chain, almost very similar tokenomics, but the difference is that Solana has just more supply than BNB. So BNB's burned more of their supply, which ultimately has increased the price against Solana. They're almost very similar. It's very similar. That's why I think Solana, it should have already been up where BNB is. But we have our theories for that too. You got to remember, it's a dirty competition out here. It's dirty games are being played out here, my friends. Okay, so we got Virtual's. Virtual's protocol is its own protocol, but then you can hold the token on Solana. Then we have Pump Fund, which is one of the most popular used applications and had a user base bigger than any platform. Let's be honest, even if you don't like it or not, Pump Fund was one of the biggest tech things to come out of crypto for this cycle, is tokenizing and creating your own token. So that has its own, big trading volume and narrative behind it. And then in that you have the president's meme coin, and then you have Aave. So Aave, this is all on Solana. So this is what's interesting is that even just on Solana, and I'll use Polygon as the example too, you can hold really bullish projects on different chains that have good liquidity, and it's just kind of a way that you can just have, if you're bullish Aave, you can have some Aave on Ethereum, you can hold it on Solana. There might be some pool opportunities where you can pool it together and farm Aave on Solana. I don't know. Yeah, you could just go to town. But then you got Uniswap. Now, Uniswap is one of the OG Ethereum DEXs and protocols to offer liquidity pools for smart contracts on Ethereum. Okay. Now, they also have their own chain. We could go down the rabbit hole in there. Now it's multi-chain. You can use you can go into Pulse Chain. You can, now I think they have, I think you can now do Solana on Uniswap, which makes sense because now you can hold the token. So it's really cool. So now, and then look, Pingu. So now NFTs. So now each ecosystem will have the most popular NFT project that could be connected with the token. Not all of them have a token connected to it, but some of the more popular ones have a token connected. But so for instance, CryptoPunks doesn't have a token per se, but there are kind of CryptoPunk ETFs that you can trade and buy that are connected with those prices. Then you have the marketplaces themselves have a token, like Magic Eden. And then, like I said, you got the dogs like Bonk. We mentioned Dog with Hat. And this is all by trading volume. So now on Solana alone, you just got kind of a little breakdown of each narrative just on Solana. And we didn't even get to the fact of getting down to Jupiter, Radium, Orca. These are the places where the liquidity is sitting and is set up for these tokens. So then that's how you're going to build your bag on Solana. You're going to pick what resonates with you. That's kind of at the end of the day, a lot of these are going to go up. They're going to go up 150, 2x, maybe 3. Some might even pull a damn 10x. But it's not my job to try and tell you need to buy Bonk, you need to buy Magic Eden. No, all of these are probably, there has a pretty distinct narrative attached to it. and a trajectory, a roadmap, and it's your job now to figure out, because Solana's not going anywhere. Anyone on the timeline saying Solana's dead or it's a extraction chain, blah blah blah, they're not looking at the back end institutional buildup that's happening. They're only focusing on CT trench, which will make Solana look like a dumpster fire, you know? So you have to look at it in this perspective. So starting with Solana, you just accumulate Solana, and then you figure out what's the top meme coins. You can pick one or two. Then what's the top DEX volume? What's having the most DEX volume? Then you go from there. And then you can so as a DEX token. Then what's the most used actual protocol token? What's the most used app? And then that's how you can build it up. So I'll just do like a mock. So you say, okay, Solana, I'll get just a little bit of the president's meme coin just as a hedge. Pump. Then you have the most popular NFT. Okay. Fartcoin is the AI creation narrative. Bonk was the original airdrop token of Solana. And then for me, I would just be like Jupiter, Radium, Orca. Jupiter, Radium, Orca. Those are the three top places that are being set up for. Oh my gosh, and then you could go down the real world assets tokenization of stocks, like with Pith and Ondo. Then you got the staking aspect for Jito Soul. I mean, gosh, so you could be already at 10 tokens just on Solana alone. Okay, so that's how you're gonna build up your bag. It's very simple. You just dollar cost average. You don't try and leverage trade any of this. You just buy spot, because there's going to be opportunities for this market to continue to keep rallying up. And if you're not leverage trading, you're not emotionally trying to figure out what the hell Powell's going to say or how the Fed's going to react, or you're not wondering what Trump is posting. You're not getting reactive to anything. You don't care. You are accumulating, knowing that the next 10 years is all fusioning on chain to the point where the system that we used to use will be so unrecognizable that retail is like tripping over themselves to have started to already learn this stuff. And it's either, I have this feeling that like they probably won't even realize it, that they're going to be using crypto products inside of their bank accounts and their apps and stuff like that. But I don't know. So if you don't realize it, that you're using it, then it's not really real. It's not really like the thing. We have to, that's why I think our administration has tried to give us retail the signal to start to look at this stuff, because this is where it's going. At least our administration has been nice enough to to basically tell us right to our face, we're basically going to extract and we're going to max pump this thing, and we're making billions of dollars, and we'll give you the opportunity to make $1 million. You know, while we're making billions over here, we'll at least give you the opportunity to make a few milli. So, all right. So then you go to Base. Base doesn't have a token yet, but they're going to have a token. It's going to be a big airdrop. What ecosystems can you hold on here? Oh, well, I forgot to point out the fact that Chainlink was one of those coins as well that's been linking the entire crypto space together since forever. And it's at least with smart contracts. You can hold Chainlink on Polygon. You can hold it on Base. You can hold it on Solana. You can hold it on Ethereum, which was its original contract was on Ethereum. You can hold Chainlink on any chain you want. So it's like That's what I like. I like an altcoin that has liquid markets in every chain. So if anything ever happened, I got link over here, I got link over here. That's what I used to do. I was like, I'm going to hold chain link on Solana, I'll hold some on Polygon, and some on ETH. Why not? And that's what we have to get back to, is back to the damn roots. Because if you're just focusing on leverage trading the entire time, you're not even buying any of the crypto. You're just giving USDT to the exchanges, and then you're trading paper altcoins. So do your part in crypto. Buy. I don't care what you buy. Just buy something. Stop leverage trading. All right. So on Base is interesting because this is the Coinbase layer 2 for Ethereum. Okay. And Base is very controversial. They're trying to have Base to be like the retail chain for retail to really get onboarded through Coinbase, and trying to establish it as a place for retail and new people in crypto to learn, to get on chain. Jesse Pollock, like, I think, there is very controversial because people do not agree if he's like a good spokesman for Base. I don't think we would be either, but it's funny though, as much as I like give Coinbase a hard time and the things that they've done, because they've made some massive mistakes with the influence that they have and the money that they make off their customers, they do a very bad job at keeping the sentiment up for its own product. So they have to have these people and these big accounts come in and promote Base Chain, because at the end of the day, like, people are honestly like getting more excited about Pulse Chain now than they are Base, which is then really going to make people mad, because everyone's been, thinking that Pulse Chain was the ultimate scam chain, and now we got big accounts like the Jason AI Williams, big whale out of the ETH and Bitcoin ecosystem, is now saying that Pulse Chain is going to flip XRP. Holy crap. But guys, check it out. Base also has very similar tokens like we just showed you on Solana. So just like Chainlink, but then you have, like we said, NFT projects that have coins. You got Doodles. Look, showed you. Then we got Bonk is on here as well. So you can see that a lot of these coins, you'll start to see a lot of these coins start to pop up in all these similar chains. So then what does that tell you? Well, maybe that these particular coins would be decent to hold if they're going to be trading multi-chain like this, with actually decent volume on its respective chains. You have the SocialFi aspect of tokenizing social posts with Zora. That's also kind of a big narrative for Base right now. Then you have the meme coins. What's been and what was and still has been one of the best trading memes on Base was Brett, and still is Brett. If you're going to compare it against these that are the higher market cap stuff like Bonk or SHIB, it's pretty much right up under it. So definitely. And this was one of the first coins on Base to hit a $2 billion market cap whenever we were going through some euphoric points in 2024 around March and April. Pretty crazy. All right, we haven't even checked how many people are watching. Let's see. And we're just going down just the tokens, man. We're just going down just a little bit of this token description. And I know what you, and this is the thing, guys, get over it. You don't want to, I'm not going to show you the trades. I'm not showing you trades. Oh, you want to see the narrative? Oh, you want to see the alpha? Guess what? Bitcoin's probably going to gap down. Everyone's getting all excited. 116,000. Look, Bitcoin has a gap. Every time it gets filled, people get so surprised. Oh, the gap was filled. Oh, everyone's always reacting like this because they're not buying spot and they're leverage trading and they're watching all these big accounts that get their accounts funded by the exchanges and it's not their own money and it's BS. Stop getting all junk and chopped and chooped and spit up and chopped out by the KOLs and also the exchanges, and start just buying crypto. We're not playing around anymore, my friends. You know what we did the other day? We bought some Wojak, we bought some ticker Bitcoin, we bought some ETH, and we bought some Polygon. And you know what? And I felt good, slept better at night, and I wasn't trying to chase some damn entry on an asset like Bitcoin that's at 115,000 that I'm more on the side that we're obviously going to be at $500,000 by at some point in the next few years. And I'm going to be chopping and making myself all stressed over short-term price action, knowing it doesn't matter. Knowing it doesn't matter. Look, the feds are meeting in 2 days. 96. Look, it just shows 96% chance of them cutting. They're even going to cut another time in December. They might even cut again in January. So why are we worried about all these different price actions right now, while knowing that Q1 in 2026 is the setup for being in QE, quantitative easing, for the markets? Just buy and stop fooling around. It's crazy. Like, everyone, it's just so crazy. I realized, like, after watching so much crypto content, watching all these accounts, watching everyone, and realizing that because of what I'm explaining, no one has any crypto left. Because they lost the plot. They lost the basics. Even me, I got chopped and almost lost the plot of why I'm even in crypto to begin with. It's not to convince yourself you're a genius leverage trader. Guess what? You practice risk management real well when the market got cooked on 2x from Binance extracting everyone on 1010. Yeah, your risk management really meant a lot on that day. But no, if you held spot crypto, you literally were on the toilet and then you went back and looked at your phone and it was already that quick over. So let's not fool ourselves here, okay? And you'll learn soon enough that the reason why these other channels have so many people watching them is because they're addicted to watching them trade. Did you ever think about that? People aren't addicted to trying to learn about altcoins and building up a spot bag. That's boring. That's snooze fest. But no, people want to see crypto face go, oh! And then, okay, so Nature's Above says, what do you think of XL1? Well, I will tell you, I'm kind of disappointed, to be honest. See, I even made a video on it, and I'll tell you I'm disappointed. We'll have to see. We'll have to see with XL1. I have a little bag of it. We're gonna test out staking some of the staking. But yeah, I don't know. There's really nothing. I don't know. There's really nothing to talk about when it comes to the XL1 because they just launched it. They're trying to get people on it. There's no leverage trading on it. At least that's good. So whenever I see a coin immediately get leverage on a big exchange, I get scared and I go, oh no, because whenever they start to amp up the leverage on these coins, it destroys them. You know, they just do not do very well. So this one luckily didn't have any perpetual, so it just has spot. And on the exchanges that it listed that has the most volume is actually Qcoin. So Qcoin actually has 9.1 million in trading volume. So that's actually really good for spot. So if you're into the XYO ecosystem and you are familiar with this being their layer one, this is it's still an early entry because the market cap is very low. It's still at a 5.3 million. I think it pumped up into, I think when it launched at a 6 mil and then it went down, had some selling pressure, and then it's just been kind of sideways. It's just been sideways at 5 million. Circulating supply of 5.7 billion. Total supply 38 billion. So there's still a lot of supply that is going to be circulated around. So yeah, these are always hard to tell. These are always hard to tell, man. Like you just don't know. I mean, with these unlocks, with these tokens, that's why I really believe more so in the meme communities and these like really strong meme communities with a more open chart. There's less like VC control. Maybe the only comparison with a VC controlled unlock scheduled altcoin compared to a meme coin is that you do have whales that get very much like early entries from just like maybe possibly having insider information, and then they could have maybe a control of the supply. But I would just say a perfect example of something that could be that it was a silent launch. There are whales, but there's also a lot of holders in retail and just kind of an open chart is Pepe. You know, that's Pepe is one of those coins that has established itself as just kind of like here's an open meme chart. There's really no centralized owner. There's no centralized entity that's running Pepe, you know. It more or less is an open chart. More or less an open chart. All right, let's check in, guys. Let's check in with you real quick because we still got a lot to talk about. We are going to we're going to stream until about 11, or we're going to stream until about 12, like 20 or so. And hopefully we can get through everything we wanted to talk about. Holy crap. Let's go through the bookmarks. Okay, so the White House post this picture, okay? We have GameStop. It says, whereas for the past 2 decades, the global gaming community has been engaged in an ongoing, increasingly petty conflict known as the console wars, okay? We've known about the console wars. We've been a part of the console wars. We, just like in crypto, we're never a maxi for one thing or the other. We just know, oh, that's good. We're going to play that. And this system is cool. Oh, this is underground. Oh, okay, cool. We're going to do this. It was just like the crypto and the tribalism is almost the same as what it is in the gaming industry. That's what, so I think I kind of can relate to how the people are perceiving all of this. It's really interesting because it's very similar. It's very similar. Whereas said conflict originated in the early 2000s with the release of Halo Combat Evolved as an Xbox exclusive title, okay? Now, here's the thing. Whereas Halo Campaign Evolved is officially coming on PlayStation in 2026 with the cross-platform play. Now, we remember playing Halo. I mean, we've played them all. You know, we've pretty much played them all. And we said this for the longest time that Halo will eventually arrive on the PlayStation. It's only a matter of time because whereas the gaming ecosystem evolves and we have more cross platforms, we have more third-party developers just going full console, full developer support for everything, and also being able to play from, like, say, PC to console and playing on the same network but using different devices. That's what people really want. You know, they don't want to be like closed off in one ecosystem per se, but they can kind of like, we can all play. And so this is crushing the whole thing of Xbox exclusive titles, which could potentially, I mean, I don't know, it could kind of kill Microsoft, because compared to their exclusive titles, that's also the kind of thing that would get you to be bullish on a particular system, because they had an exclusive title to then buy, and that was what would get you to get, say, the PlayStation 2 or whatever it was. Therefore, GameStop, acting under its authority as a neutral entity in the world's retail, gaming, and trade destination, hereby declares the official secession of the console wars. All claims to exclusivity are hereby dissolved. Console loyalists are instructed to cease hostilities, disband militias, and enjoy this new era of gaming. GameStop will continue to operate as a demilitarized zone, offering hardware, accessories, and trade-ins to combatants on all sides. And so we had the official post for the White House and Trump basically like saying, you know, signaling that we are also. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. Where's the bookmark of JD Vance? I had to find that one. Where is it? With the Game Fuel. Who else drank like cases of Game Fuel back when Halo 3 campaign released? You know you're a special type of person if you did that midnight release. And we had school the next day, because I think the midnight release was on a Sunday night. It was on a Sunday night, and our nerd asses were all waiting at the midnight release, getting and having our cases of Game Fuel, and then basically skipping school the next day to run the campaign. Pretty awesome. We all know who really held broker that end of the console wars, because you know JD Vance was he was in that midnight release line as well. Oh my gosh. Alex Becker, shout out to Alex Becker, man. Said this is what every decent alt chart is going to look like pretty soon. He said every price move, good or bad, the last few years is irrelevant. It's about having the good coins when they truly move. It's literally exactly what we were just talking about. It's all these prices. It's irrelevant. He said not profiting in the valley. The goal is the valley is to DCA lows and hold. See, even Alex Becker's saying it. Not one mention of leverage, not anything. He's like, just be boring and accumulate. Be boring and accumulate as much as you can, because we will be coming into evergreen territory. Look, I'm telling you from experience. I will tell you, I cooked myself. Look, I made great trades. Look, let's be honest. If you've watched this live stream long enough, I've made some killer freaking trades, killer leverage trades, calling like exact positions, hitting my exact take profit, all that stuff. Look, I get it. I could try and develop that and really do that. But you know what? It might take me a few years, and then I'll be profitable. But you know what's going to actually make me profitable? Right now is dollar cost averaging. Why would I waste my time trying to learn this skill that is a skill you can learn? I get it, because I was making all the traders mad. They're like, it's a skill, it's something I'm passionate about, it's a damn skill. And I'm like, yeah, it's pretty much a zero-sum game skill when Binance wrecks you in your freaking face like they just did the other day. And some of those stop losses didn't even get triggered. The exchange's order books were so bonked that your stop loss didn't even get triggered. It just went straight through it, which means that the exchanges are freaking scammers, and they all are not operating in the way that is going to actually keep you from losing all your freaking money. I don't care how low the leverage is. Guess what? The SHIB whales and the Dogecoin whales didn't freaking look at leverage. The leverage was that they bought and had supply when no one else was doing that. That's the leverage. You wanna know what the leverage is? You not getting cooked by these damn exchanges. That's the leverage. Leverage isn't 2xing or 3xing. No, leverage is using the skills and the things around you, okay? And yeah, you could say, okay, yeah, leverage could be something that I could use to, quote, extract. But guess what? We know if that was the case, everyone would be doing it, and it would be so easy. And the percentage that you always hear would be 50% of traders lose, and 50% of the traders that try and leverage win. No, that's not the ratio. It's not. It's 90% lose. 95% lose. Why is that? Why is that the common number? Because that's the freaking facts, my friends. And all those traders, guess what they have? A trading group. And guess what they charge? Money for it. And guess what they're probably making more money on? The trading group than the trades. Because they're only going to show you where they're making money. They're not going to show you where they're losing. Show me the damn P&L where you lost 100 trades before you made that big trade. Get out of my face. I know a gambling addiction when I see one. Like, CT has a massive leverage gambling problem, and they forgot the basics. Buy spot crypto. That's what the Bitcoin maxis and the Bitcoin whales did way back. They didn't leverage trade it. They bought it, and they held it, and they had to hold for a little bit of time. And nothing else should matter to you. Nothing else. Because at the end of the day, you are a pawn for these people. And until you become your own master and your own person, off of CT, off of trying to promote these people, so then you could literally, you're just scamming your community. I've realized this. Like, why would I want to lead you to the slaughter? Like, why would I want to lead you to the slaughter? And Carl from the Moon is a perfect example. I love Carl to death, but he's got a responsibility to tell people, and luckily he does. He says, look, you gotta just buy spot, but he encourages people to leverage trade, like, very irresponsibly. Like, these big accounts like CryptoFace or whoever's got, like, you guys got to realize, like, they did the thing and bought crypto early to then get enough capital to then get into leverage trading, because then it doesn't hit them as hard to lose. Like, that's the difference, is then people think that they're the same. You're not the same. You're not the same unless you have hundreds of thousands of dollars to lose and not feel it. But when you have a couple thousand and then you get cooked, it's very much different. You have more to lose. And so you have to separate yourself from those people and know that they were accumulating 5-6 years before you were. And they bought Bitcoin and these altcoins at low prices to be able to then experience that. Most of it was spot. DaVinci J15 bought spot crypto at under $1. And people are giving DaVinci J15 a hard time, thinking that he doesn't have any Bitcoin, and he's just, but no, the dude's got a lot of Bitcoin. He's just bored now, so then he's made so much money that, like, you know, he still wants to be in the crypto space. He still talks about Bitcoin, but he's just proven the fact that even the Bitcoin maxis get bored. And then they start to kind of go into the fun stuff, like the NFTs and the meme coins and all those things. We get it. But guys, let's just not fool ourselves. Let's not get all caught up and start to, you know, be a little too delusional at the facts here. So this is why I'm switching it up. I'm switching up the whole thing. I used to come here and get into trades with you guys and but I'll show you the entries. Look, I mean, I'll show you. Look, here's an easy observation right now as a Bitcoin TA for your trades. This gap is going to get filled, okay? What's a gap? CME is a regulated futures trading group that now has regulation in CME futures for XRP, for Bitcoin, for ETH, and for Solana, okay? Now, what this is they can't, there's no manipulating the order books here, okay? So if an order gets filled up here, guess what? There's orders here that still need to get filled. And that's where the gaps come in. The price can sometimes go overextended because of the other natures of the market order books that push the price up to a certain level. Now, you could just say, all right, well, usually the gap gets filled by even almost the entire price, which is right here. So you got the candle's body stopping right here, and then it gets split, and then you have a discrepancy of price between here. And this pushes the price to 111, and look at all the bullish setups and the things that we're leading up to, and we had that pump in the weekend. We're trapping longs up here. We already liquidated the shorts. We trap longs, and then they're gonna probably, and when I mean they, the market makers, they will most likely bring that price down into here. And if we go into the 12-hour max pain and we look at the shorts max pain or the long max pain, look at that, 113. That's that price right there, 113 max pain. Go here, and there you go, right in the middle of this candle right here. We got 113. They'll fill the gap, and then we'll hit that next price point. It's happened literally every single time. We've filled every gap that's come into the CME just about to a T. But what you can do, since you're not going to leverage trade anymore, right? You're not going to do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. You got $60. You're going to try and leverage? No. Get $60 and go buy some Dogecoin. I don't know. No, I don't care. I don't care, Hyro. That's exactly what you always will convince yourself. This is the perfect time to leverage long. No, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I'm going to make millions from DCA, and I'm not going to make millions from trading. I'm not going to try and make millions to try and go against the Chinese sandworm, which is Binance. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. It's like, no, I'm not doing it. I know what will make me a millionaire. I'm going to get really amazing partnerships. I'm going to continue to show up on this live stream. I'm going to give responsible, basic instruction on how to survive and to figure out what coins you want that you can get into, or to build your bag. And we're going to partner up with people. This is what we're doing. We're not leverage trading. Screw all that. I will not lead myself or anyone else to the damn slaughter anymore. I'm not doing it. I'm absolutely not doing it. So what you can do, instead of trying to catch these bottoms to leverage trade, you need to be looking at these prices right here as a potential of where you can buy. Look, all of these prices right here. Look, you see all these long max pain prices of 196 for Sol, 4,112 for ETH, $2.58 for XRP, 19 cents for Doge. These are all limit orders you could be putting in to build up your spot bag. These are all limit orders that you could put in. Spot. Remember, futures trading doesn't equate to the real volume of the coin. Spot equates to the volume of the coin. By spot, you're contributing to the real price action of the coin. Leverage trading and these exchanges, it's all paper. You're not trading the actual asset. You're not trading the actual asset, and if all the exchanges gave you the real proof of reserves of what they're holding, it's all BS. We know this to be true. You don't believe me? Just look at what just happened. Look what just happened. So why would you keep playing that game? That is not a game you want to play. So you dollar cost average, okay? If anything, I'll tell you, it is not financial advice. This is just a freaking warning. Dollar cost average before it's too late, because then you're going to just be chasing price, and then you really will start to leverage trade, because then you'll think you missed the boat, which gets you to leverage trade to begin with. Why do you think everyone started leverage trading and gambling like heavy these past 6 months? Is because they thought they really, really messed up in January. That was me. I had my portfolio at all-time highs, and then 6 months I just basically got convinced to cook myself in leverage trade and see if I can continue to increase it. So, but my technical analysis for dollar cost averaging is very simple. I mean, and I've told you guys this a few times, is it's very, very simple. You use the ETH BTC ratio and you literally can call it a day. You can look at the Litecoin valuation right now and how it looked in previous altcoin seasons, and we're not in the range. So if I'm buying my coins that I like, which I've showed you guys before, I've showed you what my portfolio like kind of looks like in models. You know, I want to be bullish Bitcoin, ETH, Solana. This is my favorite meme coin, Harry Potter, Obama, Sonic 10 Inu. The Crow ecosystem, I think, is very bullish in terms of like American investment. AVAX is fast as hell, very much with the suits, and it's also very much into all the ecosystems that we like with crypto gaming and all that stuff. Polygon, I got a soft spot for Polygon because this is where I think this is where so much stuff is happening. There's so much stuff happening on Polygon, and it's still one of the institutional picks for doing layer 2, layer 1, EVM, cool stuff. Polygon. XYO, I'm still got a soft spot for it. I sold I sold some of my XYO basically to go into, I wanted to get some Polygon. I'll just be honest. I was like, XYO so down right now that even if I sold and bought back more, I'm still at my same entry price. And I also swapped some of it to go into XL1, so I still have XYO as one of my things. But I mean, you just freaking never know. You don't know. So still want to have XYO, but I'm gonna have a little bit of XL1 as well. And then Pepe, we've already explained the thesis on Pepe. I think Pepe, because of the nature of it being still the top meme, Pepe and Wojak are the most recognizable meme characters for crypto in Switzerland for the Plan B forum in their crazy drone show. Who were the two characters that were in the drone show? It was Pepe and Wojak, and those are original OG Ethereum meme coins. Came out around the same time. You think this is changing? You think that this is it? Okay, so yeah, I'm not even going to get into it. Dogecoin is just, I still, even just tech TA alone, Doge is set to break out in a 7-year cycle. You look at the chart for Doge, it's ready to blow. IMX immutable for the gaming ecosystems, okay? All the infrastructure that for a crypto gaming project to survive and exist and have the support, you'd be using immutable, because the way that they have it set up, it works very well, and it's going to be very easy to onboard gamers into the games that are using immutable passport and have all your stuff easily manageable. Orca, we talked about that. Orca for DEX for Solana. I think this one, it could just pop off whenever we start to get Solana cooking up into those all-time high prices. Radium, Orca, and Jupiter, and any of those DEX tokens that are providing liquidity for these projects are going to pump. That is just my best case scenario. Brett, I think, is going to be one of the retail normie meme coins for Base, if Base can accomplish its goal of getting retail to start to look at their stuff, they'll have Brett all over the place, and that's potentially can get a lot of market share. Still has some KOLs and crypto influencers that are still bullish Brett. They didn't abandon it. One of them being Ragsy. Ragsy still mega bullish on Brett. She called Brett very early, basically around the same time we did, but she doubled down on it, and I doubled less. If I would have doubled down on Brett, guys, I mean, we would have already made it. Just so you know, there's a lot of coins like that we you know, it's just atrocious. We discovered Brett like at a freaking it was like a 20 million market. It was like at 20 million or 30 million or something like that. Just ridiculous. Damn thing went to 2 billion. We round tripped that one. We sold too early, then bought back, and then round tripped it. Just ridiculous. That one hurt. That one stung a little bit. That one was nasty. But yeah, so then Medieval Empires, crypto gaming. And what's going on, Headband? Crypto gaming. There's oh man, this ecosystem, if you remember, in 2021, we had like metaverse tokens like Decentraland and the Sandbox, and then you had Axie Infinity, you had Illuvium, Mines of Delarnia. What were the most played games? Gosh, there was a bunch. Oh. But Medieval Empires I really like because it's got ties into in the two tokens that I hold. So you got Polygon. It's on Pole. It's a functional game. It's actually a really nice looking game. I think that the people that are like bullish on me, it's a very tight community, and they're just ready for all the RTS people to realize that this is even a thing. So the people that would be so bullish on this, they would get addicted to this and play it. Like if you had been into Age of Empires or Civilizations or Warcraft or any of these RTS games, you would love Medieval Empires. You would play it 100%. You would play it, and the fact that you start to learn about all the different things inside the ecosystem, you would then understand that there is such a untapped potential here, and it's just like it's being built right now to catch all of those gamers. And I think that it's going to happen like a flood. And Alex Becker is actually one of those. We'll reference Alex Becker again. He's like, that's the whole separate run. Like Bitcoin and the alts and all these things will have their run, but the gaming is what is going to potentially make a lot of millionaires in who gets in early on the back end ecosystems of these big companies like Microsoft, like Sony with PlayStation, like Nintendo. And all of these gaming dashboards and devices and all these things that are coming out, they want market share. They want market share. They want users. They want users. That is how these companies are going to make money. They need people to come in. And what's the incentive for these people to come in, especially if they're broke? Well, let's see if they can make money. It's hey, you play this game, and it's not this like to say that it's just that this is going to be crap because companies are paying you to play the game. Well, then that means they suck. Anything that's going to pay you to play it, that means they suck. You need to be paying to play it, and it's just like video games. It's like a video game that comes out that's $60. I mean, you got to pay for it. They're not paying you to play it, but now that in crypto, it's like that. Like the Medieval Empires is technically, it's free. You can play it, and then you can also earn some Me token by playing it. But then there's all these different things like, there's an in-game economy, where you can buy the gold for USDC in crypto, or buy a whole like pack of things that you can use inside the game, content, sellable content, and also with the NFTs. So, oh man, I can talk about this stuff for hours. All right, so XL1, like we said, little bag of XL1, very much a brand new layer 1 that is just kind of just like sitting. It's not pumped super hard. It hasn't dumped super hard. It just had a little quick little sell, pump, launch, and then it's just been flat. This is oh, the nerd robot said, if you start this streaming on 2020, you could have 1,000 viewers easy. Oh, I know. Well, here's the thing, the nerd robot. I've been shadow banned. That's just a fact. I don't know who to blame. I guess I'll blame myself, but I've 100% been shadow banned. I don't know why YouTube is being so mean to me. I don't know why, but yeah, no, and I'm also being shadow banned on X too. The algorithm and the whatever's happening over there is atrocious. It's bad. It's really bad. I don't know. I mean, I really think the AI that flagged some of my content, whether if I talked about Trump too much or I mentioned certain keywords, like my channel got banned 2 years ago. I think that hurt it. Sometimes when people get their channel banned, they'll literally just start another channel and try and start fresh, because then that algorithm won't like hit them there. Like they'll get a fresh start. I came back and tried to grind on my same channel, and I feel like it's been bad, so I have stuck through and didn't quit. So I've still been able to get subscribers. It's been a very slow grind, but it's not even near what some other channels have gotten, like I basically compared it to Alex O Crypto. Alex O Crypto's channel had the same amount of subscribers that I did 2 years ago, literally the exact same. We were making not similar content. Like he's more way on the trading side, and I was kind of trade news, kind of just covering a little bit of everything. And his channel hit that algo once he passed 4,000 subscribers. It was like just like launch off. But he's got like Canadian algorithm. He's got like the US, a little bit of everything, and mine just like literally stopped. It just stopped. Like, I mean, it was like I didn't matter how many times I streamed or what videos I was releasing. I even was dialing in, trying to get like just to even make it better. I was like, what do I suck? Do I just suck? And so I had to like go through this whole like evaluation process of my live stream and my content, and I did that, and nothing really changed. So I was convinced at that point that there's got to be some kind of freaking shadow ban on me for some reason. But I'm not gonna let that stop me. I'm also going to I'm just going to continue to come here. I'm going to continue to show up, and I am not going to let something like that, especially doing the comparison thing, because once you start comparing yourself to someone else or other channels, you miss the plot, you miss the boat, you miss the whole reason why even however many people are watching right now. I try not to pay attention too much, but look, you 10 people, you're legends. You're awesome. Like I very much appreciate you, and I try and do my best. I try and do my best. I really do. I try and do my best. So I hope you guys appreciate it. Oh gosh. Okay, so let's try and get through a little bit more of this news. Where's the bookmarks? Where's the bookmarks? Baron thinking about that $100 million in GameStop store credit he just got for getting his dad to tweet about Halo. That's awesome. And yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, Halo Campaign Evolved is the final nail in the coffin for the Xbox exclusive. Yeah. Oh yeah, this was big. Zelle. So I'm sure you guys have used Zelle at least a few times. That was the big payments rail that is connected with your ACH banking. And so Zelle payment goes crypto. Zelle, a payment solution, will soon enable stablecoin transfers for international transactions. This is literally going to completely destroy Is that real? Do I have 153 people watching on X? I'm over here complaining about my 10 people on YouTube, and we got a party. We got ourselves a party on X, baby. Let's go. Let's go. But they all might be bots. I mean, I'm getting excited over bots over here. Say hello in the chat if you're actually a real person. But because who knows? I mean, at this point, it's so hard to tell if these are actually real people. Because look, it says 153, but who knows if those are actually real people? But hey, I'll take it. I will take it, because that X algo with my posts, at least, I'm like, gosh, you guys are like, you're only showing it to 20 people. This was freaking wild. But this is huge. This is huge. This is huge right here. I mean, this is for remittance payments. Okay, so I'm very much crystal balling on this channel. A lot of what we said has come true. A lot of what we've predicted has been completely right on the money, on the nail on the head. I think I'm crazy, just crazy enough to pull it all together. We got oh my gosh. Okay, so Western Union is going to do the same thing. Just watch. You think Western Union is going to not want a piece of this crypto pie? You don't think they're in the board meetings right now going, guys, do you understand? I just said this like weeks ago, that Western Union is going to have a rail. They're going to go into the stable coins, and they're going to say, just watch, because they will get more money. You think they're like, yes, they're getting $20, $25, $30 fees for these people. These people are making that fee, but they are going to get more money by incentivizing to get into crypto. Just watch. Like, these stablecoin issuers and these big companies in crypto are going to go directly to Western Union, and they're going to go, let me help you so you don't crash and burn. Watch. And then it's going to be a full-blown revolution of remittance payments for people that live in America. You got to remember, the remittance market for in America for money sending over internationally is like $1 billion industry. There's millions and millions and millions of dollars that people pay tons of fees for, doing it through the bank, doing it through Western Union, doing it through all this stuff, and it's like, it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. And there's all these fees, there's all these things, and then the conversion fee. So then once they do get it there, then they have to convert it, and then they get charged again, triple charged. So this is huge. This is huge. And you need to remember that the third world, like all the countries, the third world countries, first world, second world, however many world countries, while people don't have a bank, they have a cell phone. Okay, now while people don't have access to a bank, those millions of people have access to a smartphone. And you see where things start to get really interesting here. Okay? All right. The two biggest meme characters are tokenized on Ethereum, if you didn't understand this. We've been explaining this to you for freaking forever. And no one wants to listen. They just want to continue to leverage trade and buy like copy derivative meme stuff that a influencer or KOL is shilling, or they're paying attention to BNB or BNB trench memes and listening to Jake Gagan or Your Pop or all these big accounts that are like, BNB season, you guys should build. You should start building. Build on BNB. No, you get out of here with that crap. If you're not buying Ethereum right now, you're a part of the problem. If you're not buying Ethereum right now and you're DCAing into BNB, you're part of the damn problem. You're part of the Chinese communist takeover, and you need to reassess your life. So, Wojak and Pepe are the biggest recognizable characters from the culture lore of the internet, and they're tokenized. Just as a reminder. Just as a reminder, my friends. Yeah, so we got those that you can pay attention to, but no, you want to pay attention to this. This is hilarious. Changpeng Zhao spot listing a charity coin that donates to his own nonprofit. And we knew this was happening. We knew that the 4Meme, Giggle Fund, Giggle Academy, he was like, oh, I'm doing all this nonprofit stuff. All the while he's using these tokens and the community to basically wash trade funds and get them to donate. So then he doesn't have this like wash connection. It's fascinating, my friends. I mean, the crime season is off the charts. And if you're also wondering, what is this? This chain AI, chain opera AI. What is this? What is this? It's a Binance Smart Chain token. And guess why? It was pumping while everything was dumping. It's because Binance and CZ are using Chain Opera to wash trade and wash fund all the money they stole from you and all the money they stole from the market. They can't even account for billions of dollars, literally a few billion of dollars of crypto still not accounted for. But all the while CZ gets pardoned and wants to build in America with Binance.us again. Absolutely not. No. If you are going to deposit your crypto in Binance.us, you need to rethink your life and you need to please go and do your research on 1010 and stay far away. I would hate for someone to get real bullish on Binance.us and start holding BUSD as a stable coin. Please don't do it, for the love of God. But yeah, this is the chain AI. If you're wondering why this thing was doing what it's doing and how it's been able to basically outperform all the alts and they're not. What are they even doing? What are they even doing? It's crazy, man. The stuff out here is just absolutely crazy. Speaking of crazy, we have some merch, my friends. Well, Hyro, guess what? I'm gonna have my account be at hundreds of thousands of dollars just from spot buying. Do you know how I'm doing that? Buying the lowest asymmetric upside ecosystems in the business right now. That's what I'm doing. And it'll be where I'm zero leverage trading. I'll have no risk of liquidation. And the only way I'm going to lose is if I sell too early. I like those odds. That helps me sleep at night. That helps me wake up and go, I woke up at 10:30 today and said, what did I miss? Old Dano would have woke up and have been like literally sitting on the toilet trying to put in a trade. Not today. Not today, my friends. Not today. Because we got the in-game merch on our store. We have the ticker Bitcoin merch. We are doing our part. We are working for our bags. We should have an ETH logo on here too. We should have a little ETH logo on here as well. But if you're patriotic and you're feeling the American spirit, and you are also a Bitcoin and Harry Potter Obama Sonic 10 Inu fan, then this shirt, my friends, is for you. I suggest getting the large. The smalls and the mediums are like a little small. They're kind of fit. I should accept Bitcoin for merch. I don't know why Spreadshop has. I mean, if any shop should be accepting crypto right now, it should be this. But yeah, this is cool. This is cool. I really like this. I really like this. If you want to sport some amazing merch like this, but Americanized, this is the way to go. And it's all going to go to a good cause. Like, if you buy this merch, I'm literally just going to buy ticker Bitcoin. I'm being honest. Like, if you buy this merch, I'm literally going to put it into a treasury for ticker Bitcoin. And I will then use some of that ticker Bitcoin to then do giveaways. But yeah, this is super cool. We were really liking this. We were really liking this. But if you want to go and look at all of the products, we actually have some tote bags. We got some sweaters. We got the classic black sweater. This looks really good. But if you want to, you can actually get more colors too. I think the pink looks really cool. And you guys, it's winter time. It's coming into winter and fall and winter. So you got to get yourself a nice sweater. Get yourself a nice sweater. We got Julie Kennis in the freaking house. Julie, what's going on? What is going on? Are you okay? Are you okay? I need to know. I was reading stuff on the timeline and I was like, I don't like people I don't like people trying to manipulate and mess with people. I don't like people getting caught up in a bunch of crap, especially if they're really nice. They got good energy. They don't need to be taken advantage of. I don't know what's going on, but Julie, we got your back. We got your back. I don't know what's happening, but we're gonna. I don't want you to quit. Also, Julie was having a moment. Julie had a moment. She was like, I have just been, and I understand too, because when you have like, you have your life. I mean, you have your life, you have your family, you got all this, your relationships. You're trying to make sure like you're taking care of like, and Julie, like, I want to say I'm praying for you and I'm praying for your daughter. Her daughter has a type of illness. She just has to be very, just be monitored for what her condition is. So I hope everything is going good with that, and sending all the prayers, and everyone else send prayers to Julie, for any of that to just be, just to be better. And yeah, we just put that out there for you. But Julie had a moment where it was all just starting to feel like, you're like, what am I even doing? Like, what should I even be doing this? Like, am I going to give up? Do I need to step away? And that's when the community comes out hard. Like, that's when, like, your true friends and the people that want that care about you reveal themselves. And I remember when I was feeling that same way as Julie, and I had to come to the stream and like express to you guys, like, I was like, and I was crying. I was like, I was a mess. I was like, and this was as I was like, I've been liquidated for thousands of dollars. I felt like I wasn't making any progress with any partnerships or anything like that. I felt like I wasn't getting any views. No one was showing up to the live streams. I mean, I just felt like I was like, wow, I've wasted 4 years of my life to feel like this now. Like I feel like I've wasted. I mean, gosh, you just start going down the tubes, man. You just start going down the tubes. But I remember there's some key people on here, and you know who you are. That was like, don't you quit. Like, damn it, don't you quit. Hyro, Lasers, Headband. Like, you guys came in hot and said, no, like, we appreciate you. Like, we don't want you to quit. And then I went to the bed and was like laying with my eyes like wide open thinking like, why would I ever quit? Like, why would I ever give up on this? It felt so gross to think that I was going to quit because I was letting you guys down, also letting myself down. But we all, I think, have gotten to this point. And yeah, Julie, like, and I know, like, you're thinking, like, man, I've been 2 years of live streaming and creating content, and what do I have to show for it? What do I have to show for it? It can be tough. And you have to go back to what got you excited about crypto to begin with. And we mentioned that in the stream. You know, we go back to what got you excited to come into crypto? What got you here to begin with? A lot of the times it wasn't about making a bunch of money. Like that was some of the reason, of course. Like, we want to make money. Let's be honest. Like, of course we want to make money. Of course. But if you were to go to the true, like, cool, like, what was that energy what brought you in? What brought me back in? What brought you into this space? It was that feeling of being in something new. You're like, oh, this is it. Like, this is the bleeding edge of culture right here. This is it. Where else is all the stuff happening right now? It's on chain. And we felt that coming in. Like, if you felt that spark, that's what got you in. It wasn't the prospect of making a bunch of money. It was, you felt like you were in the new place. You were here before everyone else. You're like, oh, something's up here. That's what got me into crypto. And the community. I saw these pockets, these things. Like, it just felt like old school gaming on Xbox Live, you know? It felt like, if that's what it felt like, you know, you're like, that's what it felt like, a guild, you know, almost. And freedom, yes. Freedom from the traditional financial system, which some people still think like, oh, well, the suits and the traditional financial system came and took over our thing. But you got to remember, it's not our thing. It's DeFi. It's the world's thing. It's the world's. This is what is the breakthrough here, is that it's decentralized and we can make of it what we want. As the market, we choose. We are going to choose. And then now, yeah, the suits came in. They're choosing too. Luckily, it's actually some of our bags. That's what's fantastic, is that, like, now that the suits are in, they even chose some of our stuff that we even have been bullish on for years. But that's what got us in here to begin with. So this is what we need to go back to our roots, you know, go back to the roots of why we were here. We knew that we could build something in here from the ground up, build something from the freaking ground up. Start from nothing and then build something, okay? This space is the #1 space in the entire world to do something from zero and build it up and create something great, to where you can have enough capital now to be able to do all the things you wanted to do, to be able to create what you wanted, to be able to help people, to be able to be charitable. Like, that is what it's all about. That's what it's all about. That is why I will never give up on this. Never. So if you guys want to see the merch, if you want to see the merch store, you want to directly support the channel, check out the merch store. Get some fresh drip. Show your support for the ultimate crypto space by buying a Buff Doge t-shirt. Get a Bitcoin mug. And if you're going to the next, hippie festival, you can also get a tie-dye Bitcoin shirt as well. Very, very well priced at $27. Oh my gosh. Yeah, YouTube, please continue to shadow ban me so I can destroy you. How about that, YouTube? Keep shadow banning me so then I can prove that I'm gonna bust through your damn shadow ban. How about that, YouTube? How about that? Keep shadow banning me. Keep not putting my stuff in front of people. See how long that freaking lasts. Keep shadow banning me. And watch how I show up every damn day. Keep shadow banning me. Please. It's only going to get me even more hyped. It's only going to get me to be even more louder about this space. Now, everyone, I want you to go to Julie Kennis's page right now. If you're on X, if you're on YouTube, if you're on any of those platforms, I want you to go to Julie Kennis's page right now and subscribe. And thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. You are the best, Julie. Thank you so much. You did not have to super chat. But everyone go and check out Julie Kennis. Let's see, let's go to her channel. Where are you at right now? All right, nice. All right, got 1,280 subscribers. And she does a live stream. She's got, she's going to be actually streaming at 4 p.m. So make sure you guys check out her stream. Like the thumbnail. Nice. But everyone go subscribe to her channel. Get her to 2K. Once you pass 2,000 subscribers, it's usually a nice little jump to 3K, so you get a nice little boost. All right, who else do we want to give a shout out to? We got Jason Casper streaming. Evan Aldo. We love Evan Aldo is a good guy. I love his temperament. I like his temperament. He's got a good voice. He's been doing it for a long time too. He gives you nice setups. Check out Evan Aldo. We've also met him in person. He's pretty cool. Who else do we have here? We got Frankie Candles. Frankie Candles is really cool. He's also a good guy. We've met him in person. Super solid dude. If you want to really learn trading, you really want to learn some stuff, you go to Frankie Candles and he'll give you the setups. He will 100% give you the setups. No BS. And then we got Da Vinci J15. Give a shout out to Da Vinci and Mr. M. Shout out to Mr. M. It's been way too long. We've got to do some shows together or something. It's just it's been like, I don't know, however many months, 7 months or so since we've done a collab. So got to get that going. And speaking of collabs, guys, we have got some really amazing people coming on the live stream this week. We're really excited. So if you're watching on X right now, wherever you're watching from, make sure you are tuning in to the live streams this week, because we have some fun people that are going to be coming on. Some really, really cool people. And to give a backstory of one of the people that we're having on the stream, she is one of the first people we did a collaborative stream with, and that's how we found her. We probably wouldn't have known who this person was if we didn't do this stream over 2 years ago with Wendy O. And since then, we had been wanting to collaborate with this person, and it took forever. And we finally ran into her at the Bitcoin conference in Nashville. And I was like, hello, do you know who I am? And she's like, I'm sorry, who are you? And I'm like, I've been freaking messaging you, like spamming your DMs. And she's like, oh, okay. But I'll give you a hint. This person is a Lego master. She's like a trench warrior. She's had basically like mega calls, super bullish on Brett. And she travels a lot. She's a TikTok star. She's got over 1 million people following her on TikTok. Have you guessed who it is yet? I'm very excited. I'm very excited to get this person on the stream. I think we're gonna have a super cool conversation, and it's always great to talk to someone who's 1,000 times better than you at crypto. Like where it just cooked me out of the water, you know, and where I need to just kind of like, I'm gonna have my notepad out and I'm gonna be taking notes from this person because it's been able to do pretty well. So I'll let you continue to guess. I'll let you continue to guess who that is, but we're super excited. So we just have to continue to remind her that it is happening. She's like, I'm very forgetful. So, but yeah, we're super stoked. We're really stoked. We're gonna double, triple check. She's good to go. But we're gonna have this live stream, I believe tomorrow. Yeah. It's going to be tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you tune in because it is going to be a banger. It's going to be amazing. So, yeah, it's going to be cool. It's all coming back. It's all leading back. We're going back to the roots, baby. We're going back to the roots. All right, we'll check on the Bitcoin price action. We'll see what's going on. Looks like we probably could have a nice little test on this line right here, kind of pushing up to 118. Pushing up 118. Let's see, the max pain, short max pain was 116. 116. So looks like we could get a little push up into another liquidation area for the shorts, but we did have a nice little order block sell here. That was the shorts getting liquidated. Popped that, brought it right back down into the range 114. Max long, max pain on the longs. Was that one? Yes, it was close to that range. So it's chopping up those longs. Chopping up those longs and the shorts, both on that range. Crypto Hyro saying there's a massive inverse head and shoulders forming on the Litecoin in the weekly time frame. Ooh, yeah. So let's pull up Litecoin because real quick, we want to remind you guys again. Like I really do believe if you go to the weekly and you go to the monthly, Litecoin is your oscillating indicator of an altcoin to show you if we're like in go time to sell or go time to buy. If we're in the purple zone, it's buy time. Okay, here's your accumulation zone. I don't care what the price is in here. If you're DCAing your alts right now while Litecoin is in here, you're in a good spot. Now, if you're selling and DCAing out while Litecoin is up here, you're also in a good spot. Now you're in the take profit zones where you're like, okay, I'm going to hedge a little bit. I'm not going to sell out on my portfolio because guess what? When people did that last cycle in the altcoins and in Bitcoin, they got rocked because they sold everything up here, everything, and then it did a double top pump. And some of those alts were like flying. So, and I'm sure that it's all relative because if you're not greedy and you were happy with the gains you made, then you just kind of sat back and just kind of let the craziness happen for the last, portion of the two months of the bull market. And you're like, okay, cool. Let me just like not get greedy. Let me get my emotions in check. say you made $200,000. Say you literally cashed out $200,000 on that pump in the end of the 2021 bull run, and then you are able to just like chill. You are a legend. You, my friend, are a freaking saint, because while everyone was like trying to get into the next play or get into the next thing or try and time the top or time the bottom, you just took your profit and you stepped away. You just stepped away for a little bit. You didn't try and sell your whole bag. You just took 200K and you went and drank some tea. This is what we're going to help people do in this cycle, is to just freaking chill the hell out. While we were being a psychopath trying to time and trade all this stuff, it's like you can just use basic monthly chart indicator of one coin of support and resistance, Litecoin, and then go to the ETH BTC chart and know that it ain't time yet. It ain't even time to be worrying about anything besides buying more crypto. So that's a very easy, simple metric to know where we're at right now. On Litecoin right now, we're at the price it's at, and we get into that pinch range where at 2 altcoin seasons we've been able to do it with way more baggage on the market. This is why I think it's crazy. Way more baggage on the market in these points, and no clarity, no Genius Act, no ETFs, no nothing, no bullish crypto president. We had Operation Choke Point 2.0 here. Choke Point was right here, all through here. And we still were able to do this. And now we're in the most bullish framework ever. And you're telling me we're not going to have an altcoin season? You're out of your mind. So this is where I have this hope and the belief of this. That's a 365% move to the upside, a nice 3-4x. With Litecoin. Just buying spot. Look at Doge. Doge's fibs are like looking really nice. I mean, Doge is going to push up into that 1618 to that 73 cents, that initial resistance, and then once it pops on there, you're going to get it. You're going to get a very quick $2 Doge, my friends. And look at the monthly RSI too. Like, look at where it's like we're still not even like in a peak here. If you look at the RSI here for Doge, you have Elon, retail, pre-altcoin season when ETH was pumping. You have Trump. And then what's this one going to be? What do you think this one's going to be? X payments? I don't know. What is it going to be? Doge ETF, X payments. Let's be a part of the culture by buying crypto. You can try and trade it all day, but if you're not buying and accumulating it like you are a boomer, we need to be boomers in the crypto space. See, we got convinced to be a zoomer and gamble and parlay. No, leave that for the zoomers. No. Be a boomer in the crypto space and buy and hold. That's the boomer. Be a boomer in crypto. Be a Wojak Pepe boomer and chill, DCA and chill. It feels good, man. Trust me, it'll feel a lot better. It's just like when you stop drinking and you realize that the alcohol and the way that you were feeling was just very much like a facade of how you actually could feel, which is less poison in your liver and in your body and not being slowed down by the facade of alcohol euphoria. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Everyone's trying to get you addicted to all kinds of shit. And you have to have a strong will. You have to have a strong will. All right, guys. I think we've yapped enough. We've streamed for 2 hours. Only on this stream can we literally continue to yap our mouth for 2 hours and not have a single pause. Only on this stream. You tagged me in a post, Hyro. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Beautiful inverse head and shoulders on the weekly time frame. Yeah, a little jagged up, but yeah, it's trying to push up into that neckline. It's trying to push up into that neckline. And that 200, yeah, that was the initial resistance. That was that initial resistance from the previous bull market. Yep. Looking good. And then what else do we have here? Let's see. Oh yeah. Shout out to Plume. Shout out to Plume. I remember seeing his account a couple of years ago, and he popped up again. I was like, oh, MoonPay. And shout out to MoonPay too. MoonPay was one of the first companies that we used actually way back in the day to DCA crypto. So we're going way back in the roots, my friends. MoonPay was the first payment rail that we used to get our fiat into crypto. So we have a soft spot for MoonPay. MoonPay posted, which one are you playing first? What are you guys playing first? You playing Fallout 2, Grand Theft Auto, Duke Nukem, Minesweeper, Elder Scrolls? Are you playing Morrowind? God, you remember Jezball? Jezball was insane. Quake 2. Oh man, Unreal Tournament. Quake 3 Arena. Yeah, I remember playing. These are what I played. I played Quake and I played Diablo. That's what I played. The Diablo 2 all day. And he said, yes, fellow Sproto with the taste I see. And I said, why are you pulling on my heartstrings like that, MoonPay? And I said, Diablo 2 all day. And I said, Diablo 2 was my first true PC game addiction, where like I lost sleep. I'd stay up till like 4 a.m., 5 a.m. on a school night playing Diablo. I would sneak into the dining room where our house computer was and literally sign on to battle.net in the year 2000. It was pretty bad. I said it was the gateway drug to testing almost all MMORPGs in the heyday, which was like kind of going down the rabbit hole. I said, I don't think this generation understands the struggle of dial-up internet. I said, I was rocking AOL, bear sharing CKY movies and playing Diablo 2 battle.net. It was so crazy that it took 1 week to download a 1 gigabyte movie. And you guys don't know the struggle. Like you Zoomers out there, anyone that was born in the early 2000s and is now in their 20s now, they're like 21 in their early 20s. You got no clue. You have no clue the struggle of the landline. He said, nothing like someone picking up the landline phone and killing your connection in the middle of a boss fight. That literally happened. I remember it would be like, I'd be in the middle of like doing a run on Mephisto or something like that, trying to get a Stone of Jordan, and then a call comes in. I'm like, shit. You guys, you know that sound. Man, those were the days. Those were the days. Okay, so GME crypto pumped 40% and has now almost fully retraced. Oh yeah, that's what we also have to do too. We forgot to actually pull up the GME chart. And the GME chart, people were expecting a pump. Well, it pumped, and it had this really interesting candle on the 45-minute on the market open. It gapped a lot. And let's actually go on the daily. It did this really interesting. Yeah, that's so weird. Yeah, it went up, it went boom. And then it had a nice little retracement. So yeah, 24, 28. GME is an interesting one though. GME, if we look at the monthly chart here, and we trended this on the top trend line here, and we would try and look at this as a possible channel. At the bottom here, we have resistance support. So you see this line, you see this price, this price here. This is resistance support flip. You had resistance 2 times right here. Spread out. Then you have GME short squeeze. Okay. That brought it up to 123. And look, now it bounced support off of the resistance built through the 2008 crash. 2000, let's see, 2015. This is pre-altcoin season and Bitcoin season for that first nice run. Pre-COVID or COVID. I wonder what this will do. Will it hit that line again? This is a real key price line. This $10, this $11. But from where we're at right now is a very interesting spot because it looks like a descending wedge that broke out, or a bull flag. So you can see this, a clear bull flag. I mean, this is like bull flag. You got the flag right here, and it basically ran almost the distance of the flag. But really, if you want to know a true breakout of a bull flag, this is usually the price. It's like the length of the pole from the bottom up to the very top. So if that's the case, and we are going to do actually really try and speculate this thing out, and instead of it going straight up, it usually will go sideways and get there to a point. So we'll pull this here, and that would be insane. That would be insane for it to get a squeeze into $611. Oh my God. That means GME could go up 2,700% if it would follow a bull flag breakout trajectory. That would be insane. That would be insane. But I would wager to bet, I think best case scenario would be $400. That'd be my price target. If GME can really tap into the crypto space like they should, and they did announce the Bitcoin buy. People forgot about it very fast. Like, remember GME announced that they were going to set up a treasury, and then no one cared after? There was too much stuff going on in the market that it just got absorbed. So let's not forget that GME could potentially get to this price point right here. So let's see what that move is from here. The 1,584% move to the upside. But then you have to also think about, what did we learn from this? What did we learn from this, my friends? Please tell me before I tell you. I shouldn't have to. What did we learn? What did we learn? Okay? They paused the sell button. They paused the buy button. You can't. What are you going to do then when you just put a bunch of your money? Oh, yes. Pulse chain hexagon. Let's go. We got a pulse chain hexagon in the house. We've been trying to get the pulse people here. We've been talking about pulse for freaking forever. And we're trying to get the pulse people in here. But let's go. But yeah, they paused the sell button and the buy button, and you need to have your crypto. You need to buy crypto. Okay. What did we learn? Get your money off exchanges. They don't like you. They don't love you. You should love yourself. And if you love yourself, you will hold your own crypto on your devices. And that is just the facts, okay? Don't let anyone else convince you otherwise. And if they're trying to convince you otherwise, they're trying to scam you and they're trying to make money off of you to get you to trade on their shit. I will tell you that firsthand because I like you guys. I love you. I like you. I actually like you because if you're here watching my channel, holy crap, you're not having to pay for anything and you're contributing to me getting ad revenue. You're a saint. I don't have to charge you for a private Discord. Just watch my channel. You know what? For my channel to be as small as it is, I actually get pretty damn good ad revenue. It's actually pretty good. It's not about the amount of subscribers you have. It's the people that are actually clicking on your ads that are on your videos. All right, so let's go. All right, so okay, now, see, we could stream we could probably stream for 24 hours. We could talk all day about crypto because there's so much that we tune into. And so now that we got the hexagons in the house, thank the Lord, we've been trying to get you guys in here. The pulse chain ecosystem is going through a breakthrough, okay? So since the sacrifice, which is basically, if you don't know what that is, basically the pulse chain ecosystem, the hexagons, the people that were bullish Richard Hart and hoping that they were going to get this massive pump in the pulse chain ecosystem. Pulse chain is a layer 1 built as a better Ethereum version of Ethereum, but it requires Ethereum to be bullish and to be successful for even people to consider going into pulse chain. Okay, so that's one thing. Okay, that's one thing. If you're bullish pulse chain, you have to be bullish ETH. Okay, there's no one or the other. It's both. So the ETH SAC funds that Richard Hart had accumulated through all of the hexagons and the people sacrificing their funds, these funds have now been routed into Tornado Cash. Okay, so this has been happening over a period of a few days, a few weeks, and right before then, Richard Hart has been posting like a madman and hinting at a massive advertising campaign, and also cryptically hinting at the fact that there is going to be a massive rotation going into pulse chain. Now, where would you get, why would you start to think and go down this rabbit hole of why he would be doing it right now at the lowest point of the ecosystem? Well, I have this theory. Richard Hart is very, very smart. He's seen everything at this point in the crypto space. He's been a founder himself. He was mining Bitcoin when it was under $1. He has, before even getting in the crypto space, was a millionaire and was already could have went somewhere else and got into a different ecosystem. So why would he go into crypto and build something and go into code, have free speech code, do this, and also get completely scrutinized by all of these entities, also be on a watch list himself, take on the SEC, get sued by the SEC? Why would you do that? Why would you do this if you have already made it? Why would you do this if you already made it? Some people would say you have a massive ego and you want to leave a legacy for people to remember you as the person. That's why people think Trump is doing what he's doing. He wants to leave a legacy. He could have did not have to run for president. Other people think that it's probably because he wants to be a king. It's the No Kings rallies. Does Richard Hart want to be a king? I don't know. But here's the thing. The guy beat the SEC defending right to free speech code. No other founder, person in crypto has been able to do that. All cases have been dropped, not won. Richard Hart actually won the case of free speech code. Okay, so that's fact number one. Fact number two, he's been the only founder in crypto that has been gate-kept as opposed to other founders who get put all through the timeline to get all the support and all that stuff. And Richard Hart's kind of purposefully been the pariah, I think, almost on purpose to then be at the very bottom in his ecosystem to then pump it up max. Because that's kind of what happened with Hex. It was like Hex was kind of the underdog, and all of a sudden it was the thing that went up 1,000,000% and more so than most of the Ethereum ecosystem coins at that point in time. And so there's some very interesting things that why I'm thinking that Richard Hart has this master plan. And here's the deal. The Pulse chain ecosystem and the Pulsegons, the Hexagons, they've been complaining the whole entire time, and I get it. You know, we've been down for 4 years, 5 years. Altcoin season was promised to us, and we've had Ethereum basically bleeding into Bitcoin for 3 years. So we were never going to get the Pulse chain pump that we were, quote, going to get during these particular moments in the market. Why? Because let's be honest, all the Pulse whales and the people that were going to get into the ecosystem, if it was going to be that pump, it would have been so short-lived and everyone would have exited out and rotated out of Pulse chain just to go into the next thing. Do you see what's already has happened with Sol, Tron, Sui, Say, XRP, Ethereum? Everyone rotates out of those things and goes back into the next thing, then goes to the next things. The same people rotating into the ecosystems back and forth all the damn time. So the Pulse chain ecosystem had to sacrifice themselves and see it go to absolute zero to the bottom, shake out the freaking weak hands, see who's left, and then guess now what we have. The whole time people were bashing it. Then we got Jason AI Williams saying now, who has a 275,000 follower account. He's a Bitcoin maxi, also coming from those ecosystems, now saying that Pulse chain could flip XRP. And people were going, whoa, whoa, whoa. So check this out. Richard invited me to Iceland to hang out and be a part of his documentary. I regret not taking him up for it. Richard Hart said Pulse will flip XRP. Richard put this on easy mode. It's time to take action. I full ported from Solana to Pulse. Solana is cooked. Time to back a winner. Okay? But here's the thing. You can't take that at face value, because then you'll go, oh, let me not be in Solana at all. Let me just be Pulse. See, you can't listen to everything at face value. See, if you were to just be on crypto Twitter following big accounts, cool, you'd get your access into Pulse and being at the bottom and getting your early entry. And then you're going to say, oh, well, Solana's cooked. I'm not going to look at Solana at all if you were to just believe this person, okay? But if you're watching my channel, I broke down the whole freaking Solana thesis for you. You can still be bullish Solana and Pulse chain and Ethereum. There's no rules. Okay? You got to be in the biggest asymmetric upside ecosystems that has the suits and has the unicorn. But here's the deal. the pulse chain community, why they're so upset is they had to be sacrificial. They had to sacrifice themselves. Incentive is the best representation of this. You look at the daily chart of incentive, you had to get sacrificed. It sucks. We know. We feel it. But now, if you're still here and you were able to hold through all the pain, this is the time to see if you were able to really withstand the pressure. Same thing had to happen with the Bitcoin maxis. The same thing. It's the same concept. You either believe or you don't. You either ride this thing to freaking zero or you ride it to Valhalla. That's it. And so I think this could be what the SAC funds are for. You don't just waste all the SAC funds in the points of the market where there's so much jeetness and so much BS. Richard is very smart, and I think he's timing it perfectly to just be like, here's how I'm going to destroy the haters. Here's how I'm going to absolutely sideline so many people. It's going to be very fantastic to see. I'm very much excited to see what happens. That's my breakdown and my thesis for Pulse Chain and why we've had so much of this controversy, people calling out Richard Hart saying like you're not good for the community because you've just been like telling us, the community, that we're stupid and we're not doing enough. And he's coming back and saying, well, I don't believe you because then if you would have gotten your pump that you wanted, you would have been in and out. So what are you talking about? You're being hypocritical. That's what I think is happening right now. Only the true strong will survive and reap the benefits of the network effect of these ecosystems. That's every ecosystem I'm talking about when it comes to the ones that have the most asymmetric upside. He who has the strongest will and holds the supply and is willing to fight through the pain will be the ones that will be rewarded massively. Massively. And your job is to hold on to your bags like your life depends on it. Again. Again. For the millionth time. Okay. Oh, we're gonna keep going because we had a lot that we wanted to talk about, so we're gonna do our best to cover it. We found an old post from, yes, look at this. I was going down the rabbit hole of old accumulators of Harry Potter Obamasonic 10 Inu, and I found an old thread from 2023 in July. I was like, oh, yes, I love lore like this because this wallet is still holding Ticker Bitcoin. But they made a good profit, though, because they sold a lot of it into ETH. Okay, but they're still holding. This guy got a crazy trade. He said his wallet was worth $30,000, okay, at the beginning of this year and is currently at $740,000. So let's see how he did it. He said basically he bought Bitcoin early. Started buying on May 11, 2023. Gosh, that's when I knew. That's like when I literally found this coin around that time. Insane. Right now, he's still holding a lot of it. It's worth $635,000. Okay, so definitely worth to follow this wallet. It seems he knows something. So we tracked the wallet and we pulled the wallet back up. And this was, and it's funny because you could actually see some of the coins and the dust of coins that maybe they ended up making some profits on as well as like a small play. And so we wanted to see what it was. Funny enough, Honey Badger, HOBA. So a lot of the times the ticker Bitcoin people, they're bullish HOBA because it's a derivative from the same people in the NFT space with the Honey Badgers. Then you have Nose Candy, Jesus Coin, the Jesus Coin, if you guys remember that, with Maker Lee. Kind of controversial with that one, but possibly they bought in early and sold it. But the one that I feel is very fascinating is that they have 10 million Bitcoin, this wallet. And what's fascinating as well is the first transaction was sent on this wallet only 4 years ago. Only 4 years ago. This wallet, very fascinated by this wallet. $687,000 worth of ticker Bitcoin in this wallet, along with $441,000 in ETH. 104 ETH. So I bet a lot of that ETH that they have right there came from making a massive profit on ticker Bitcoin. Still holding it. And the ETH address is gluttony.eth. That's the address. That's the ETH name service. That's the ENS is gluttony.eth. Total value of this wallet right now is $728,000. They are holding. Look at this. See if there's any NFT trends. Let's see if there's any NFTs on this wallet. Dang, this is like... Woo, man. Oh, wait. Look at this. 271 days ago. Andy on base. Look at this. They were doing some transfers on Andy. Look, Andy on base. I don't know what they were doing. Huh. But yeah, this is very, yeah, if you guys want to track this, go ahead here. Yeah, it was from this. Yeah, I found an old thread. It was like, yeah, altcoin trader makes $620,000 buying Harry Potter Obama Sonic 10 Inu. Jason Williams said, gold down, hose up. Yeah, gold got hit hard. We did call for that though. If you were watching my live streams talking about gold, we said gold was gonna hit some FOMO. It's gonna retrace. We're gonna have some Bitcoin. Bitcoin's gonna kind of catch up. Crypto's gonna get a nice little pump, and then gold's just gonna start tearing up again. We know gold is still going to be priced higher. But that doesn't mean it's going to outperform our altcoins. We still have to believe. We still have to believe in altcoin season. We still have to believe. All right, so hackathon, Solana hackathon. Headbands reminding me that the project that he loves, which is kind of what got me into it, because Headband does have a good track record. He's got a very good track record. We're very much interested in the rotation into privacy. The privacy sector is going to be very important going into the next few years, because look at what's happening with all the digital IDs. Look at what's happening with the possibly being forced to use some type of stable coin or some type of network. And you're just going to be like, no, I have my coins that I've DCA'd and I got my bags and I want to be able to send money anywhere privately and wherever and not have people look at all my crap. That's what Zara is working on, in conjunction with the Texas Stock Exchange, no less, and in Texas with all the big wigs trying to get the attention on privacy protocols. Now, privacy protocols use a tech called zero knowledge proof. So it's zero knowledge of what, where it's going, when it's coming, where it's going, but then it can still be proved through cryptography and make sure that it can be proved that that you got it, but with zero knowledge of you getting it. You see what that means? So there's a dashboard that they are testing. It looks cool. It's true offline payments, cryptography, cryptographic privacy. It's divisible. It's Solana speed, so it's built on Solana. No double spending. We're gonna see if they can actually bring this thing to fruition, because if so, this is the lowest market cap tech play for privacy if you're wanting to buy something not as valued up as Zcash or Monero. Okay? If you're gonna go down the hierarchy, Zcash has pumped hard. The second option now that hasn't seen the pump yet is Monero. And then if you're going to go really low into under 100 mil, then you're going into something like Zara. So pull up the chart. Nice. Whenever it bottomed out right here, it got bought up really nice. Yep, holder count pretty decent. Still pretty solid at 3,400. Yeah, Solana Hackathon. Yeah, we always got to remember that they do those. The Solana Hackathon. Solana, and let's see if they're going to talk about it. Bullish news with Solana. Obviously, we go with the ETF. Spot ETF among those rumored to possibly launch this week despite the U.S. government shutdown is the Bitwise 8A filing as part of these preparations. Not a done deal, but clearly preparations are being made. Okay. And yeah, that's what's into that. It's a good perception. Yeah, this is a good perception. Like, look at all this stuff that's happening on Sol. And look, I'll point out all the things that we've mentioned on this live stream. Look, Orca. We've actually mentioned Mango Markets, but that was way back. Radium, Orca. Let's see if we can pick out anything else that we've mentioned on here. Phantom Wallet, of course, the Soulflare, Trust Wallet. We've talked about the infrastructure. We've talked about and interesting. You know, I don't know if Phantom's on here. Oh, MoonPay. Look at that, MoonPay. Then we have my boss just looked at me through the window and did this, and I'm like, and what? I could talk about this all day. Okay, look, Chainlink. All the stable coin. Look at it, Terra. Look at Terra. Terra stable coin. That's too funny. That's too funny. Yeah, did they mention about the hackathon? I guess we'd have to just go Solana hackathon. Oh, look, we got a pulse person here. Solana's own founder shilled Bowden and still couldn't push it past 2 million market cap. Desperation setting in. The rotation to ETH and Pulse Chain will be legendary. See, everyone is thinking that like everyone's just gonna all of a sudden bridge out of Sol and go to Pulse Chain. It's not gonna happen like that. Like, it's not like all the suits are gonna just decide, oh, well, I guess we're just gonna stop building on Sol and just abandon everything and rug it, and then now we're all just gonna all of a sudden arrive on Pulse Chain. Let's get over yourself. This is why you can't be maxied into one area. You have to be a Renaissance man or woman in crypto where you realize each individual ecosystem has its potential. But you have to be a little crazy to think like that. You got to be a little crazy. Gotta be a little crazy. All right, my friends. I think we've had enough. I think we've had enough. Thanks for tuning in. We really appreciate you. Like I said, 8 people watching, 2.5 men, literally a half a person chopped in half that still is able to listen. I'll stream. Don't care. I'm gonna show up every day. Don't care, YouTube. Keep shadow banning me. Please. Dare ya. All right. That being said, hope you took notes on this 3-hour live stream. I hope you took notes because we broke down a lot. All right, my friends. Thank you so much for tuning in. Really appreciate you. All the people that are watching on X, make sure you do your part. And subscribe, hit the heart button, hit the repost button, share this, evangelize this live stream because we are not messing around anymore, my friends. We're not leading people to the slaughter. We are here to onboard the masses to crypto. And how do you do that? You demystify it and you don't give people false promises, false hope, and lies. I'm going to be truthful to you and tell you exactly how it is, how I cooked myself, and how I'm uncooking myself, okay? That's what we're doing. We are here to demystify crypto. We are going to get people to stop comparing crypto to Beanie Babies, stop having them buy scratch-off cards and parlaying on a 50-50 shot of their favorite sports team to start buying some freaking crypto, my friends. That's what's happening. That is the truth in the matter here today, and that's it. And we'll leave you with that. Peace out.
This token is the end game. It's the shitcoin of shitcoin. I mean, imagine telling your coworkers you're quitting because Harry Potter Obama Sonic 10 and you coin. Boom! Imagine the media reporting on Harry Potter Obama Sonic 10 and you. Ticker is Bitcoin, breaking 1 billion market cap. Now, unless you hate money, go ahead and visit HP. On Harry Point, shit, on shitcoin is shit, shit, on shit, 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 shit. Ticker is Bitcoin, breaking 1